Welcome to the Rocket Launcher Podcast. This is episode 169. I am your host, Supreme King. Join with me, as always, is my co-host, and his name is...
It's your guy Omazis.
How's it going, man? How you doing? Good week?
I'm doing good. Chilling. Good week. Enjoying the games I'm playing. Everything going smooth. How you doing?
I'm doing good. First, I got a quick footage. It's not really long at all. I want to give a quick shout out to Resident Evil Requiem. Very successful release. It seems to be the hottest game of February. At the very tail end of February, everybody's playing it. I don't have footage of that game. I just kind of threw this little piece of footage of Resident Evil 3 remake. It's actually the last video I have for it. But I wanted to give a shout out to them that they had a very successful release. It seems like a lot of people, it's all over Twitch, but they got really good sales. Obviously it was Resident Evil, right? It was going to be the biggest release, but I'm just happy it was a successful release. It wasn't buggy and broken. I didn't hear any stories like that. It reviewed in the 90s, I believe. Overall, I ain't gonna hold you up. Like when they were having award show, not award show, but game show after game show after game show, I was starting to get sick of talking about it, to the point where I know it was a couple of shows that we covered where I was just like, I don't even want to mention this game right now. And it wasn't that I had no hate towards the game at all. It's just like it was just taking over every show. And everybody had like long segments of it where other games are brand new. You don't see it. We were talking about how it didn't have like the name of the game on the presentation or something. And it's just like it's gone in 60 seconds. And then
I look at it similar to like when a movie is like dropping like their 5th trailer, like how some of the superhero movies used to do, where like I'd see the first one just to get an idea of the tone of the movie. That's usually it. I don't want to see the rest because it's like, bro, we're already gonna go see it. Like, you don't need to keep doing that. And I kind of felt that way with this, where I feel like, dropping the hey, it's coming out sort of thing, so people didn't like forget. But I don't think anyone was gonna forget. This is too big of a game. Like it wasn't gonna be a sneak drop. People had this like calendar marked, like ready to go. So it didn't need to be like such a long feature. I think in every game, like an occasional trailer here and there, yeah, because keep advertisements going. But like, it was like almost feeling like the focus of a lot of shows, and that to me was like a bit much.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that it has its main release. We all know with Resident Evil games, they usually have some DLC or something ready to go just a little bit later. So I'm expecting that with this one as well. And then I also expect to get a really good sale off of this title. Little bit down on the line because they have a formula that's just tried and true. I remember I was looking at the game and it looked like they had a mix-up of like Resident Evil 1 and 2 as far as like the backgrounds and stuff. The zombies look more like zombies. It's not necessarily like weird human beings and stuff like Resident Evil 5 was. Like they're back to their roots, like how some of these remakes and stuff was. So I look forward to it. I want to play a Resident Evil game and a Silent Hill game going forward every year. It seemed like both of them are at the point where they got their formula down pat and they just pumping out titles. So I'll play Resident Evil like at the first half maybe, and then Silent Hill in the second half. That's at least the thought process. But yeah, that's Resident Evil. We could probably talk about the Pokemon thing right away. I don't really have too much else to go off of.
So happy belated Pokemon Day.
Yeah. How you feel about that 24-minute show or something that they had?
It's it's Pokemon, like they do their thing. I will say, so for bits and pieces of the show, the little music thing that they showed off, while nostalgic and collectible, I feel like it's like one of those things now where they're going to release collectibles where if you're a collectible hunter, this is great. But if you're just more of a practical person, it's like, why? Because like when they're like, it has all the music from the songs. I'm like, all of them are on YouTube. Like I know people who listen to them as study music, so it's weird that I was like, you have to get. It's almost like putting CDs in, where it was like, here's this device, put the cartridge in, it plays the song, take it out and put a different one in. But I mean, it's still kind of a cool collectibles, and that's what I'm gonna get. That was okay. The Pokepia thing, like I'm not really into that game, and that had like a lot of talk for it.
Yeah, because it's getting ready to release, and I'll go over that later. But yeah.
Yeah. And I hated the narrator for it. Like it just the way again, it's one of those things where it's like it's for kids, but the way she was like talking made it sound like it was specifically for like 5-year-olds versus like kids, right? Like I feel like there's a way to do it where this felt like it was supposed to be like marketed towards like it's a kid's first game ever. The way she was talking about it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the big news of the end, Gen 10 coming out, winds and waves. Cool. It's only exclusive to Switch 2, which, I mean, if that means it's not going to be all buggy and stuff and stuttery, then that's fine. Even though I don't have a Switch 2 and I still don't plan on getting one, so meh. The starters that they showed, not feeling them, personally. I know some people are going crazy, especially they like the dog. So I think out of the three, the dog is the best one because it's almost like having Growlithe as a starter, basically. But the bird, we already had Rowlet recently, and then for the like geckos, we just had Sobble like 2 games ago. So it's like we just had those. You didn't have another idea. Like these look like first sketches of those two. Like this looks like the initial idea for what they were going for Rowlet before switching. And the other one looks like what they were going for Sobble before deciding to make it all sad looking, which made it more adorable. It's just, these are like the rejected models. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. So that's weird. I also have a very minor gripe, and I don't think this is a big deal, for most people, but for the main character, I'm kind of annoyed of the tights and shorts look. Like, I don't. Maybe I'm not in the gym enough that I don't see people just casually wearing compression tights and then shorts. But it seems like for the last few games, that's been the look. It's like, can't they just wear pants? Like, why do we not have just pants?
That's what the gym leaders wear. That the gym leaders are the ones that look grown.
They get to have the pants. Yeah. Yeah, that is another issue of mine. I ain't gonna go there too much, but yeah, I just wish it doesn't have to look like a 5-year-old androgynous kid, like where you can't really tell. But yeah, I'm just not understanding the constant compression shorts. But other than that, it was an okay show. Cool reveal. I'm happy. Oh, I'm also happy, really happy that it's 2027 for the game. That it's not just randomly being dropped this year. Like, I feel like hearing that it's next year means it's going to be late next year. Means they're actually, like, putting in the work, hopefully. That's the hope.
Well, as far as putting in work, so I got demands, actually. First of all, they need to actually have PvP, finally. If you're going to actually come out with another Pokemon game, I don't know how we have Pokemon games where the people can't battle each other. That was the whole point to begin with.
You can battle each other.
They can battle each other inside their world?
Yeah. When you there's certain like remember how in the old games you had to go to like the second floor of the Pokemon Center?
Yeah, but I mean, battle? Like y'all in this same world though. Like I mean.
Oh, in this one, when you go to like it's like a specific that open like free area to just catch Pokemon and everything. You can either go into it solo where it's just you, or you go into it where other people are running around and you can like battle.
Okay.
But it's not like pure the whole game. It's specifically like that giant free area.
Okay.
But yeah, they have to have battling because there's a whole competitive scene.
Because I mean, I don't know what that was. It was some fan made version where, like, the whole thing, like, people basically was gym leaders, all of that. Like they was just like a whole maybe like an MMO or something like that. But I kind of felt like Pokemon was lacking a little bit in that area. Um, we still don't got party chat and stuff, so it kind of takes away.
That's
But
weird. Yeah,
yeah,
that they need to add.
so
So
but
another thing for me, and I don't know if they're gonna move this way. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the open worldness of the main games
hmm
because it feels empty, and I feel a little directionless. Like, so when I played like the old ones, and I mean, I felt like when they dropped the like latest one and making it open world, it was a
hmm
reasonable like like experiment, see if this works. It's just for me, it does not work. I felt like when I go to different, like when I'm playing the game, it's like you follow the path, you do these things to unlock this path, you get to the main town, you beat the gym leader, you move on. It felt like reasonable accomplishments like each time, where when it's open and it's just you can just do it in whatever order. I don't feel like there's like a connected story. It's like it seems like it was like three separate stories based off of the three main things they want you to do, and you just kind of got to make it work on your own. And it just felt not. It felt like there was not enough in the game to justify it just being pure open world.
hmm
Um, and I don't know. It just felt like you're going to a specific town. You know it's gonna have these types, so then you specifically train to make sure those are good. Whereas just because it's like open and everything levels up with you, it's like, well, now as I trained the team I want. Now that team is ineffective because it can't beat this type. So now I got to go back and try and last minute train because everything leveled up. And if I would have just done this first, I would have been fine. Like I don't know. It's just I like it linear. I like my mainline Pokemon games like linear a bit. So I don't know if they'll bring that back. I don't know how other people feel.
Well, they should have did a remake style of Fire Red and Leaf Green, where it was probably brought up to modern graphics, but still linear the same way.
That'd be cool.
Um,
Then
but
I
they
would have
kind of
dropped to
just
20
ported.
maybe. Maybe.
If they had did a remake, it would have been the full 60, 70.
Oh, you right.
But yeah. But shout out to Pokemon. I did see some funny stuff where people were saying the new starters was trying to copy off of Power a little bit.
Oh,
And I thought that maybe that was done just to trigger fans and stuff. But franchises can coexist and we can, own all of them. But I still subscribe to the Digimon side. That's just me. But I think it's still good to have everything. Play all of it. Play all of it. And it actually goes good with the next topic. But play everything on their platforms and everything. But first, I actually do want to address real quick because we got God of War footage on the screen. I have we went through all of your footage, so you can like send me more footage. But
oh, I got you. I was waiting to hear it. I got stuff ready.
okay. But real quick, because I actually saw the pic a few days before you sent it to me, but I have seen people laugh at the God of War TV show picture where they showed the Triple H looking dude and that little kid.
Ryan Hurst. Yeah.
And so
Hasbulla.
what are your thoughts on this God of War
All right.
show?
So I had seen it a couple of days prior. When I sent it to you was because the whole time I thought it was somebody's AI image, and they were just like, first look at the show, and everybody's like, haha, you goofy. Then Prime showed it, and I went, oh, this is real? I don't know. It looks not correct. Like it looks cheap to me. I don't know why, but like I feel like I don't know who this little kid is. He looks like that one what's it, social media like influencer dude, the midget, Hasbulla, the one that like Mike Tyson was hanging with. I don't care, but what they gonna do? But he looks like him. I know Ryan Hurst kind of looks like he has a ball cap on. I don't know, like it just looks kind of awkward. I'm not like, well, there goes the show, write it off. Like it seems like everything, the first press release image always looks bad. But what I will say is Ryan Hurst tweeted and was like, don't believe everything you see on the internet, kids. And everybody's like, Prime and Sony shared it. Like, what you mean don't believe? Don't believe Prime and Sony? Like, they're the ones who shared it. But I also, side note, I think for the kid being like, I felt like the Atreus like looks a little too young
Mm-hmm.
compared to the game, but I feel like they did that because they're planning on, I guess, if they're planning on doing season two based on Ragnarok, where Atreus has a lot more shine, they gotta make sure, it takes them forever to film. So I think by
Mm-hmm.
the time they film it, the kid will be the proper age. Where if they did it regular, then it's gonna be a Stranger Things situation where the kid's like late 20s by the time he's supposed to be like 15.
Yeah. I had wrote off the show honestly when I first heard before they even had casted people when they said they were skipping the first three games and going straight to that one. I was just like, well, I don't even really want to watch it. Then it's like you're not even laying the foundation.
I
So
feel like they're gonna do flashback stuff. That's what I honestly think it is. I feel like
yeah.
they really wanted to tell 2018 story, but didn't want to hope that it makes it to fourth season or fifth season if you count the PSP games. So I feel like they were like, this first season is going to be partly 2018 with consistent flashbacks to the first three, so they get to just show off the boss battles.
What boss battle? If you go off the first game, you ain't gonna do nothing but face the troll thing with the tree stomp
Oh yeah, you're right.
the entire
Well,
time. Like
just
how
gonna be
many times
randomly
you gonna
him
play
fighting the
him?
gods. It's gonna be randomly like him fighting the gods, I think.
Like so, I mean, it is what it is. I might watch an episode or two if I like it. Maybe I'll keep going. I completely I never even looked into Last of Us 2. I just kind of just didn't.
I
I
have not
didn't.
watched season two of that.
I didn't look at that at all. I was already done. I didn't even like. I didn't catch a episode or nothing. Like I don't even know if they put the Rat King in it. I hope they did, but I have no desire to go look at it. I'm kind of the same way because so you need Amazon Prime, right, to
Yeah,
watch this.
yeah.
Okay. Well, at least maybe the people could take advantage to whatever free games and stuff that they have out at the same time that they get it,
Hmm.
and then I guess faster shipping or whatever. Maybe there's some value there, but I'm not really that into it. I don't have to trash it, but I was already done away with it like really early on. Now, when I did see the picture, I did laugh a little bit because it did look cheap. It looked a little
It's
cheap. The kid looked a little young. I did hear from like the people who were watching Last of Us 2. They kind of felt like they were already a little harsh on the girl anyway for her looks, but in
yeah.
part two, she still looks young as if she was still part of like part one, right? And
Mm.
so I could imagine this kid might be in the same boat a little bit, and it would really be silly if you have a small child person who's all of a sudden like having some romantic ish like interest with um what's her name? Is her name Angry Boda or whatever?
Yeah.
The
Um.
and I don't think a lot of us don't want to see that. I don't want to see that if they
Nah.
that young. I don't want to see
But
that. But
also, I think again that's why they casted such a young kid
hmm
in the first one, because like for her, for the one that played Ellie, she wasn't like super young in the first one, so she wasn't going to age up that much. So she kind of looks like what she looks like now. Whereas for this kid, if he's like is on some like 8 or 9 years old or younger, then when they go to film the second one, he is going to age. So I felt like that's probably they're assuming they're gonna get a second season, and then he'll actually look teenage years again versus casting a teenager for supposed to being like 10, and then he barely ages by the time they do the next one, so he still looks like the same age.
I
Like
mean
I think that was the plan, but
they could do what they did with the Orphan movie where they just like the opposite of what they did with the Orphan movie where they made the girls smaller. They can make the girls bigger if that's the case.
uh
That might take a lot of work though. But they do. Hey, that's where they can get AI, man. They can get AI to
no, we're
artificially
good.
make these people bigger and stuff.
No, we can leave the AI out.
The AI, they ain't get tall enough yet. Maybe the AI can get them. You know. But yeah. Are you watching the show?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I want to see
Um,
what they do with it. Now, it has to be good for me to stick through the whole thing. I'm not just gonna like force myself to watch it if it ain't great. But I plan on at least seeing it when it comes out.
Um, if somebody leak it on the internet, I might watch it. I don't feel like the need to go and to get Amazon Prime for it, but if you got it, we'll do what the people be doing in their little discords and Patreons that I'm pretty sure is still illegal, but we'll do that. It'll just be you and me.
Don't mention it if it's illegal.
I mean, like,
Out here announcing
bro,
the world,
they
we're
be
about
doing
to
that all the
break
time.
the law.
I always think about like, bro, like you. Some of them be like, subscribe to this tier because we gonna be watching this and stuff together. And I'm like, you're not supposed to do that, but
Yeah.
don't
Side
nobody.
note, did you know TKO has now tried to ban watch parties? 'Cause I know,
I
like, there was a group that used to during the big pay-per-views,
mhm,
or just pretty much pay-per-views. They do the whole, how, like the movie theaters where you can rent one of the theaters. They would
mhm.
do that and have like a bunch of their like people whose subscribers and all that stuff like show up, do a huge thing, and then all watch the pay-per-view together while streaming their reaction, not the actual show. But like they would do that, and they got pretty much like a no more from like TKO sort of thing. And I guess they're just saying that like I don't know how you super police that, but they're just saying they can't do it. Like you're not allowed to do watch parties for their
So
pay per
I,
views.
I used to
They
think that
want you
was
to.
interesting because I used to think like, was this illegal too? I used to think about that because I knew bars and
Yep.
restaurants would do boxing shows, MMA
hmm
shows. I
They're
went
not
to a
allowed to do
couple,
wrestling anymore at the bars.
but that's the thing. Like, how do you police that? Like, what do
Yeah, I
you
don't know.
like?
Are they checking IP addresses of like who ordered it and where it's being aired? But even at the same time, what if somebody's on their phone, a worker at the restaurant, right? Like, how do you know the restaurant's airing it? Unless they got
Yeah,
like four streams up simultaneously. But at the same time, it's like B Dubs, their whole thing is a sports bar. So like they play like
yeah, they
I've
use it
been
to
to a B
turn a
Dubs and it's just
profit.
all yeah. So like I remember there was a few times where I stopped into a B Dubs and it would have like ESPN on some of the channel with like football, basketball, whatever's going on, some highlight show, and then wrestling sometimes.
Hmm.
But yeah, I guess they just I don't know how you police it, but they can't do it anymore.
They quote unquote can't do it anymore. That is going to
Yeah.
continue, folks, forever. Like, it's going to continue forever. Like, what? They turn too much of a profit. They bring everybody in, and it's funny because like normally some of those boxing matches would be like $150 or more. Especially the Floyd Mayweather ones. I used to remember, and then like all of a sudden, like it would just end up all over the internet the very next day. Like if somebody really wanted to, they could just like go to sleep, and then it's just everywhere. But then all the places would have it too, and it would just be you just go up there and buy some appetizers, a few drinks, and just watch the full show, like all the fights.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I also I guess we could talk about this. This to me is not news, but it was somewhat of a talk, and that is PlayStation. The way you phrased it was PlayStation pulling away from PC, but I was actually just I wanted to add to it PlayStation and Xbox's exclusivity overall because we're now
Yeah.
starting to hear this. Um, and it's I just think it's kind of funny because I mentioned earlier that the people need to have all platforms because I honestly have been sick and tired of hearing because we've been doing this all generation now. If you really think about it, where is this game going to be? Where is that game going to be? Where is this one going to go? Where is that one going to go? And I kind of feel like, just in the interest of your own time and investment, like you might as well have every platform. But it sounds like now the talk is basically, are we cutting the PC out altogether? That's the way it's starting to sound
Yeah.
because there was the whole RAM thing. At one point, it was because of people doing crypto or whatever that was, and then it went from crypto to now AI images, videos, constant AI images and videos. I get annoyed when I see the fake shark ones because I do subscribe to some of the shark channels that like show actual great white sharks.
I get a. I'll be honest. I get annoyed at most of them. I don't like. To me, it's also different if like the random Instagram person tried to make some funny video versus like channels that are known for showing real footage sprinkling those in, right? Like if somebody made a goofy meme video of like some crazy crash, it's like okay, whatever. Versus channels that are known for showing crazy crashes, throwing some of those in there, and then you're just like you know, it kind of ruins it. Now you start thinking everything is fake. So yeah, I get you with the shark thing. Like I'm not. I'm just
like they'll bite them, but it will like it won't actually do that. It's just kind of like chewing on them a little bit, almost like a rubber duck or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, I want to see people actually get ate. But okay, but okay.
Yeah, so I always thought in the back of my head with Sony doing this when they were dropping a few games on PC, I felt like they were trying to give people a taste. Like, you like it? Here, come over and buy a PlayStation. Was like the idea. So it seems like their single player stuff might be going back to exclusivity.
And so, what's the source everybody has on this?
Oh, Justin Schreier, who's supposed to be like the trusted insider. It's him. It's only him though. Everyone else who's talking about it are reporting specifically what Justin Schreier said.
and we're basing this off of like what, like is he basing this off of sales? Was it not that good overall, or Blue Point being closed down and that was known as the port studio at one point?
I think he's basing one on that, and two, it might just be like upper management people just saying they like later games that they're developing are going to be exclusive. Like they're just mentioning.
I could see that at the start of the next generation if they wanted to go back. Doing it now doesn't make sense to me, actually.
So I guess we know when people can see their like release strategies when those be like a corporate email. It seems like the release strategy was having fewer single player games on PC. So they may still port some single player games over, but it's not going to be like a consistent releasing on PS5 and PC. It's probably going to be more like how they did Spider-Man and Horizon, where it's like, surprise, we're going to drop it years later, like for a PC thing. It seems like they're trying to move to that instead of making things that work for both on launch.
If they don't want to do day and date, if they're trying, because it seemed like at one point everybody was saying like day and date was coming. Since we're changing upper management and everybody's getting fired, it seemed like a lot of things have been going back and forth. I still subscribe to the notion that the people out there, the consumer, should have a little of everything. Because I don't like, if you really stop and think about it, if we go down the timeline, we have really been sitting here wondering and discussing, not you and me too much, but I mean like just the industry, what games are going where. And they've been doing that for way too long, and I kind of feel like this is a redundant thing. We can really solve this problem by just having, access to all the platforms. But PC in itself, if you are someone trying to get into it now, it does seem like it is a harder thing to get into based on the RAM thing. The Thor device that I wanted to get, it's been brought to my attention that they increased the price by like $50 across each model. I believe close to $50 based on the whole RAM shortage thing. It was also mentioned at one point, which was more of a rumor, that the consoles this generation was going to see another increase as well based on the actual RAM shortage thing. I honestly think that is going to blow up in itself a little bit, because they could sit there and raise the price on everything so much. It's only so high everything can go before people just say they just don't want the product. There's already like a good half of the people who was excited about the Steam machine already didn't wrote it off. To see something gather so much hype and then just like fall back apart that fast is crazy. But currently it was said it was supposed to be first quarter. Well, we're in March. March is first quarter. That's the end of the first quarter. And not only have we not gotten the thing released, we don't even have a price for it. They've gone radio silent on it. And that's the whole thing. I honestly believe that they were probably going to just announce the price and then announce the release date to be somewhere around November. But it seemed like they don't even want to announce anything on that no more. And it's a shame in itself because I actually was looking forward to it after a while. I had built a tiny little setup and stuff. Now I had to set up, well, technically I got other stuff over there too. But now I'm just like, just kind of went back to just playing my stuff the other way. And I think a lot of people probably should do that. They should kind of just like slow back down and just play what you have for a little while. I'm catching back up in March because I fell off in February and January just a little bit. But I think everybody else should too. Like we probably shouldn't just be wondering where everything is going and then just like actually focus on what we have, because I'm pretty sure everybody has a good amount of games that they have not touched that is just sitting there, and they may have taken it out the wrapper but literally have not played it. I think we probably got enough people in the community to say they got a game that they could play each month that they already own but never actually played, and we're still early in the year where we can just do that. But yeah, should PlayStation and Xbox pull away from PC? Maybe at the like I said before, maybe at the start of the next generation. Honestly, in this generation right now, I've heard reports that people were blaming the Xbox Play Anywhere campaign, saying that was a Sarah Bond thing, and there was reports where people were saying that they did not like it or whatever inside of Microsoft. Which a lot of those reports are kind of like, for me, is cap. I'm like, everybody's saying all this stuff now because they went and got this AI lady, but literally is like, well, if that many people was against it, why didn't nobody really say something about it at the time? But honestly, this generation, the headset, the MetaQuest, if there was no Play Anywhere kind of campaign, then I probably would have never gotten that headset. And that headset was a game changer for me when I first got it, to be honest, because I had games that I played on Xbox, games that I played on PC, and were done with. The Xbox headset or the MetaQuest headset comes into, it drops off on my porch. Told that Xbox is everywhere, right? So I'm calling it an Xbox. I'm like, hey, it's an Xbox, when it's really a Facebook thing, really. But when I play it, and I got all these like screens and stuff. I haven't done it in a while, but I had all these screens like up in front of me and like all over the place. And then I'm able to just like pull up a game that I've played on both console and PC and pick up right where I left off. That was such a game changer to me. And then the Rogue Ally as well, being a part of that, and like I can play on any one of the 4 platforms the same game, and then the game itself just like I pick up where I left off no matter where I'm at. Microsoft perfected that, and for me, I don't know if I want to step away from that just to say it's only on the console. I don't know, because it was an amazing experience. But I will say overall, for them as a company, that's exactly what they need is to lock their stuff down. They need to lock their stuff down. And the AI lady, funny enough, people have been already fact checking and well, not fact checking, well, kinda. They've been looking up her gamer score. Apparently somebody told her, or they told her inside of there, she needs to have a gamer tag. And so she literally has a gamer tag that's only a month old. It's like, how fake can you really be? It's only a month old, but it has like a lot of a lot of points and stuff or achievements already. And so people are already like, well, she's not even playing it. They got like a team of people playing it. And she kind of dropped on her social media at one point, like, this is my family account. That's what she said. So try to allude that, oh, all of her family is on there playing. It's like, nah, they got employees on here just playing.
Imagine that being your job. Like, what do you do for a living? It's like, oh, I play video games for her. Like, my job is to make her look like she played games.
It's kind of silly. The lengths that they are going to try to make money on this is insane. But yeah, I have intentions to play Horizon Zero Dawn and possibly Forbidden West this year. And I am aware that the PC version is probably the superior version. But I have the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 versions of these games. And I don't plan to double dip to get the better version of the game, you know what I mean? It doesn't bother me that I'm playing something not on my super duper powerful PC, you know, and I'm playing it on a console that might be half the power. It doesn't bother me. I mean, maybe depending on the title. Black Myth Wukong, I made sure I was playing it on PC. But other games, like, I could have fun. Like, we're gonna play Remnant 2 and probably finish it. Like it didn't have to be on the PC. I didn't have to have the Elite controller with it. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been on the PS5. It could have just been with a regular controller. Even though I was technically playing with the Edge controller. But, like, the experience, the game just has to be good enough to where it stands out and not necessarily the platform. Like, we spent a lot of time this generation saying, I like the PS5 Pro. They've been going on and on about PSSR or whatever it was called. The ray tracing thing, the path tracing, this whole like 120 frames, or choosing between performance and quality modes, and we've been doing all this stuff. It's like, is the game good at the end of the day though? That's what I'm saying. Is it so good that we got to go port it from like when everybody was in elementary school or whatever, like the Game Boy Advance Pokemon games, right? Is it so good that we just go back and get it, you know? Like, a game just needs to be that good, and it won't matter what platform you're playing on, because it's just that good. You'll play it on your phone and it's just that good, right? That's my thought process on that. Really, the game just needs to be good, and the people will gravitate towards the game. Your thoughts? Anything?
No, I agree with you. I do think in some ways it's like, it's kind of messed up if people are like shelling out money for these super rigged PCs and then like nothing's going on there, right? Like, all the companies want to pull away from it, especially because I feel like some people started investing knowing, like, seeing that everything was going. Like, once both systems were like putting things on there, they're like, well, then I might as well just have a PC so I can play it all, right? Like, consolidate. So then they're putting out the money for it, going through the RAM store to do it, just to be told, actually, we're going to be like not doing that anymore. Like, that does suck. But again, if you have multiple consoles, if you have means for having multiple consoles, and you're good, I think there also needs to be a fight against fear of missing out. Like, there's just going to be some things, okay, you don't play it, that's like, you'll live. You have more than enough to enjoy, and you probably have more than you've even gotten to. I for sure have more than I'm probably going to ever get to, especially with Epic giving away free games constantly and things like that. I just feel like, you know, sometimes it's just, all right, well, that's just not a game I'm going to be playing. It looks cool, but whatever. And then you thoroughly enjoy the great ones that you do have. Regardless, like, if you're not going to be getting every system, which I think is fair, then just enjoy what you can get. You're still going to pretty much get the best games, so you'll be okay.
Yeah, plus, there are alternatives to some of these games, too, on other platforms, and I think people don't pay that much attention. Like, I've looked at a list where somebody was talking about what are alternatives to God of War, and it was going down the generations and picking a bunch of other games. I know I mentioned either last week or the week before that I really liked the new Super Mario game. Super Mario or tennis, the tennis one, right? But they have one that was on the other platform. Like you were saying, you don't have a Switch 2. Well, the Switch 1 has Mario Aces, and I have been looking at videos recently because when I finally finish this one, I plan to go back and get that one because I really liked. I don't know why. I like the tennis game. I done crapped on all the other ones that they didn't did. The golf one and all the other ones and the parties and stuff. But the tennis one has got me. They got me on the tennis. And then Donkey Kong. I was comparing that Donkey Kong game to the Hulk from the PS2 and stuff. So like you'd be surprised if you really just open up your horizon. What's actually out there where you can play that's very similar to other games. So yeah, that's all I really need to say. If they pull back, honestly, I still feel like some of the third party titles are still just as good. It would be weird if third party just pulls away completely. I don't know if the PC market is a market that they would want to just get rid of, but the hardcore long-term PC guys are known for not paying the extra. That's why you see the biggest sales on PC. And then they're also known for just straight up pirating stuff. So if they're looking to really lock in and cut that out, then maybe that is their move. It's just interesting to me because they have built a big community around it, especially the streaming scene. I almost feel like people get their PCs just so they can just sit in their rooms and do nothing and have colorful lights playing all over the place. Some of them streamers, especially the ones who call themselves talking about having like 24-hour streams and stuff, is like you just burning the system down and you over in the background somewhere asleep. And it's like you just spent all this money to do that. So there's still a market for a lot of those people, and people gonna want to be streamers. Every kid in high school or even younger probably wants to be a streamer right now just because of how big and influential that market is. Especially anybody who's watching iShow Speed, now he got somebody walking around with him with a camera and everything, and he's just all out and about. But he started off in his room hollering and screaming with his shirt off, and I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna want to get a PC and follow the same suit, so I do think there's still gonna be a market for it, but we'll see how it goes. Let's move forward. All right, most of the main topics is done. Let's do our quote unquote middle of the road, where we just talk about Epic Games and all of their free content. Our unofficial sponsor. There's been so many episodes now, and we haven't received not one check that could at least throw me a pizza or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? At least food to eat, snacks or something for when we play the game afterwards. Anyways, they give away a free game or two every week. And then always stick around during the holiday season where they do like 10 or 15 on going into New Year's from Christmas time. But as of right now, they have the game called Boxes Lost Fragment, and then the second game called My Night Job. These are games that are available right now, and they'll be available until March 5th. And it's crazy to me that we are already in March. Anyways, from March 5th to March 12th, they're giving away the game Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. That sounds very familiar. I'm pretty sure that's already in my library. I think that's one that they gave a couple times before. And then Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. That sounds funny. That's also
I feel like that was also one that was given away before. Oh no, it was Turnip Boy Avoids Tax Evasion.
All right,
that's right. So they have a sequel.
Sequels, yeah, you got different titles. So yeah, they gave away both of these titles. Remember, you can just set up an account and put your favorite gamer tag or like a deviation from your main one. And log into any gaming PC, handheld or full blown tower, and then you can just play everything that you've saved. And you don't need to have a PC right now. You can just go off of that particular account that you made. I think I officially have over 400 titles, if I'm not mistaken, with probably less than 10 that I've actually paid for. And they have like their rewards and everything that they have, where you have like points back or money back off towards to go towards the next purchase. And that's always useful. They better sponsor me, man. I didn't did way too much. I did way too much. They need to sponsor me. But that is Epic Games. Do you have anything you want to mention as far as Amazon games?
Nah, because they didn't announce them yet.
All right.
So probably next week. Look, yeah, they didn't announce March yet.
Any sales? Anything you bought?
Nah, I ain't buying nothing.
Okay.
You know, I wait till closer to Black Friday. I ain't buying nothing.
I think so I have a gift card for my job. So at some point I am going to get the older Mario Tennis and either the Mario Party, the one that's I think it's called Jamboree, or the Superstars, or one of the two. Or the golf. I don't know yet as far as the second one, but I'm definitely getting Super Mario Tennis Aces, I think it's called. At some point. I'm not in a hurry to do it. Their prices don't go down at all. But once I figure it out, I'm gonna use the gift card and get both of those, and probably get my thoughts on one of the games. But yeah, I think that is it for the main topics. I got one more regular topic that I like to do at the beginning of every month, and that is just to go over the game releases for the month. So yes, Resident Evil has taken over February at the last minute, but we are looking past that. We are now in March. And there's a couple games on here, not as big as February, but March. So starting with right now, there's a game called Slay the Spire 2. I've heard people talk about this. This is out right now at the very beginning of March.
I played the first one. It was fantastic.
All right. And then Legacy of Kain, the remaster of Legacy of Kain, comes out March 3rd. So right around the corner. You blink, it'll be out. On March 4th, there's a game called The Walking Trade. Not The Walking Dead. It's The Walking Trade. If you are into that, go take a look. March 5th also, the Pokemon Pokapia. That game that you may or may not be into, that comes out March 5th. And it goes head to head with the game Marathon on the same day. So I bet y'all didn't know Pokemon and Marathon was going to battle it out on March 5th. So choose wisely. Which one of these you going to get?
Neither, but I heard everybody's enjoying Marathon, but the people who have already got access to it, but nah, neither. I don't plan on getting neither of those.
All right. March 12th, Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake. For everybody who's into that, like taking pictures of ghost games. On the same day, Greenfall 2 The Dying World. Shout out to that game. Also on the same day, John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. I think I've heard a couple things about this, but
that looks like it's like World War Z, but Toxic Commando now. Instead, with same gameplay.
March 13th, we got Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflections. Shout out to that. March 16th, we got the 7 Deadly Sins Origin. I've seen this pop up every now and then. There's a nice little pocket of community that's into this. Everybody who's into anime and stuff. It's the weebs. Shout out to the weebs. March 17th, we got MLB The Show 2026 edition. Shout out to the MLB. I have to, I'm not really into baseball like that, but I gotta get into it. I gotta take a look. Um, a little game that I've been following, a Metrovania-ish game. Here we got Fallen Tier, The Ascension, also on March 17th. And then this game here, Crimson Desert, has been the talk of the town a little bit. That's on March 19th. A lot of people have been back and forth on that. We'll get to see what that's all about finally. Crimson Desert. Mouse PI for Hire. I think we just talked about that on the last show because it was in one of the shows. That's the little Mickey Mouse type game that's like a third person Cuphead basically. So we get to see that. So that's March 19th. Also March 19th. So a lot of games on March 19th. Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. So if you into that hack and slash Dynasty Warrior type game, here you go. You get the remastered version. March 26th, we got Life is Strange Reunion. My co-host is gonna be buying this day one. All right,
100%.
March 27th, we got Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. Man, what is there about a release? What do we have if we don't have a Mega Man collection in there? You got one right there at the very end. Legacy of Kain again. I think this might be a new Legacy of Kain. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ascendance. Legacy of Kain Ascendance, March 31st. That's the last thing on the list. Quite a few titles, man. How many of these titles you getting, man? You getting like 7 of them? How many you getting?
One, but not this month.
All right, so he's only getting the Life is Strange. He's not.
I'm
really
not.
getting everything else.
Mouse PI for Hire.
But,
2. Play the Spire 2. Mouse PI for Hire. Those are the 2.
All right, so maybe it might not be as eventful as.
Well, what are you getting?
Listen, man, I'm
trying to call me out, man. Oh, you getting all of them?
Man. Listen, man, I gotta catch up. I gotta play all the titles, man.
After you just said play what you got, and now you're like, I gotta play all the titles.
I gotta play all. I gotta play everything. I just want to play every game in the world. All right. Any more topics, man? Anything else you got for me?
I ain't got nothing.
All right, pretty cool. Nice short episode. I love it. We'll be back with more content, I'm sure, next week. I'm gonna try not to be so lazy on the gaming side. I promise. I have been doing way too many other things, but I'm back. Because I ain't got no more money to spend. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.